Have you ever come across an outside leaky tap? Here's my tap. It leaks from the gland. If you've got this problem, sometimes it can be solved by just tightening up the gland nut. That's it, problem solved, the end. That was a simple fix, but if, like me, you're not so lucky, then it may be time to replace a whole tap. So before we start, we need some tools for this job. We're going to need an adjustable spanner, a tap and some PTFE tape, and that's it. It's quite a simple job, you only need a few tools. As usual, I'll leave a link in the description below for any tools and materials used in this video. So this tap has a built-in check valve, which means it will stop water flowing back up your mains from outside and stop any nasties getting into your main system. First thing though we want to do is switch off the water. Once it's off, before you start anything, make sure that the water is indeed off. The isolator valve doesn't quite close for this tap, but it's absolutely fine for working on. Obviously you're outside, so you're not flooding anything. Now you can see that this tap has been painted over a few times during its life. So what we want to do is remove the tap from the plate elbow. That is the goal. To do that, I'm going to have to break out that paint first. And so what I'm doing is just tapping it using my adjustable spanner, which this could be classed as tool abuse, but I'm just tapping it lightly and just so I can get a grip on that and actually break the seal around the plate. So I'm using the adjustable spanner and my hand to really put some force on that and twist it just to break that seal, and that's it broken. Yay! But be very careful when you're doing that. You don't want to rip off the plate off the wall or the pipework. So just once it's loose, it's just a matter of unscrewing it. Just make sure that it's clear in there and that there's a good surface for the new tap to go onto. Make sure everything's clean and just get it ready for the new tap. Now just put your new tap up to it and then screw it in. You'll see that it will go in absolutely fine, just to double check that's going to work, so that we're good to go. But you can see there, when it's tight, there's water still dripping out, so there's no seal there at all. So what we need to do is resort to our old friend PTFE and get some PTFE tape on this. I've done about 15 turns of PTFE on this. That was just about perfect. So count them out, get about 15 turns on it. Once you've done that, start screwing it back in with the PTFE. You can see already it's starting to seal, the water's coming out the tap rather than out the join. And so just tighten it up so it's pretty tight. It doesn't have to be ludicrously tight, just tight enough that it's not going to move about and it's sealed. And I'll just switch it off and that'll put pressure onto the join. Still no water coming out. Now is the time to go in and switch your water back on to see it, and that's the water back on now. And you can see no water coming out. I'm just making sure that it's not going to swivel about, it's in pretty tight, and yeah, nothing coming out, water coming out the tap where it's supposed to, and that's that. Very simple job, very easy to do, and that tap will last for years now, hopefully as long as the previous tap, because that thing is ancient. So just to recap, quickly try an adjustable spanner on the gland nut at the top there and see if that will seal it up. If you tighten that down and it seals up, that's brilliant, it will last you for another few years. If it doesn't work, then you're pretty much looking at a new tap. So the only problem you can sort of run into is when you're trying to get that tap off, you don't want to break any of the screws out of the plate or the plate itself or the plumbing, so just keep an eye on that as you're loosening and you should be absolutely fine. If you liked this video, great, give it a thumbs up, and here's another few videos for you to have a look at if you're interested, and I'll see you in the next one.